Well, hello everybody. It's Friday night, the 26th of July. Cheers. I'm listening to Percussor. Wait, $5 shirt. Ravenous Despondency, the newest release, latest. I've been listening to a lot of Devo, particularly the song Modern Life off of New Traditionalists. I think it's a sign of a great band. When you listen to an album and you're always finding a new song, like a new favorite song, because I've listened to New Traditionalists, a bunch of times, and just all of a sudden, Modern Life just bit me, and I just love it. I love the song. I just listen to it over and over again. Also, I've been listening to The Cars a lot. I have like a 5-album collection from them, and they're so good. And I've been listening to Repulsion, and then just in the last 2 days, I just got bit by the Hellhammer bug. Morbid Tale, is that Hellhammer or Frost? I think they're still Hellhammer, then I can't think right now. But I think this Ravenous Despondency is really good, just savage. It's just brutal. So I was going to try to keep this one quick, but then I was no, I want to show you from stuff I got from the library. I got Conan Volume 12, The Beast King of Abombay. These are great. All these Conans are great. I got the new Teen Titans first volume. I got it because of the George Perez art. And Marv Wolfman is a great writer. And I was reading it, and I like each character. I like Cyborg, Wonder Girl, Robin. I even like Changeling, and of course like Kid Flash and Starfire. But as a team, Ravager is awesome. Deathstroke is Deathstroke. I guess I don't know if he first appeared in. I think his first appearance was Teen Titans. And I always thought like Ravager and Deathstroke they're all just like the same costume, just different color patterns, but not really. They're different but the same. And a spoiler, Ravager dies in the first issue he comes out in. There's been other Ravagers. And the art's amazing, but I was reading it and I was like, I don't really like it. I don't really care for it. It's not bad, it's just not, I guess I just don't like teams really anymore. But it's still good. It's just not like doing it for me. I want to see Wonder Girl just go wild, because I was thinking about I was watching the Flash movie with the Maniac Miller, and they talk about Supergirl and Wonder Girl, and they don't talk about Wonder Girl, but I was like, they got so much raw power, and she could kick ass. And I got Squadron Supreme versus the Avengers. I have the 12-issue collection of Squadron Supreme, and that's really good. I've read that several times. So I want to read like these early appearances of Squadron Supreme. But I was looking at it. This is like, I don't see Squadron Supreme in here really. Anyway, let's see how it is. Then I got Rann Thanagar War. I only got this because that sounds cool, right? I only got this because I love the Rann Thanagar Holy War. So maybe this will be good. Maybe there's Tygor. And then I never realized that Dave Gibbons, the artist of The Watchmen, is a writer too, and a pretty good one. Like he wrote It's weird that he wrote the first Batman versus Predator. I think it's the first one. He wrote that, and now it's really good. I checked it out from the library, but a lot of the pages were ripped out, so I couldn't finish it. And then, lastly, I got Kamandi, The Last Boy on Earth, Volume 2. I didn't notice that. But it starts with, I think it's the first issue of the Kamandi series. Let's see. No. It's the 21st issue of Kamandi, The Last Boy on Earth. It's Jack Kirby, and he seemed to really like cave boys and men and monsters, because he did Devil Dinosaur. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. Another character from DC that's like a caveman is Anthro. I want to read some of that. Okay, so now on to the quick movie review. I'm going to talk about 1986's The Color of Money. Directed by Martin Scorsese, starring Paul Newman, Tom Cruise, Mary Elizabeth Mastriantonio, John Turturro in a small role, and some other, I can't remember. So, I remember when this came out, like in '86, I was 11. I had no interest, in something like this. It was like Schwarzenegger, Stallone, just stuff like that, monsters still, horror movies. So this is just not on my radar, but now I thought Scorsese, I love Cruise, so I got it from the library and I watched it, and as I was watching it, I was like, have I ever seen a Paul Newman movie? And the only thing I could think of, and I barely remember it, is Fort Apache, The Bronx, from 1981. I remember seeing that, or I remember that. So, The Color of Money is a sequel to The Hustler from 1960 or 61. I've never seen that, but basically, Paul Newman is fast Eddie Felsen. He's like a great pool player. I don't know if he was like a hustler yet in that, but it starts off. He sells liquor, and he's trying to sell to this girl who runs a bar, but it's actually his girlfriend. And he just notices Tom Cruise playing pool, and he's like, couldn't believe how John Turturro is playing Tom Cruise, and he's just like can't help but notice how good Tom Cruise is. And I guess it just reinvigorates his love of playing pool and making money, like by playing a game on your skill alone, winning and making money. So he essentially takes Tom Cruise under his wing and he wants to take him to Atlantic City, I think, I think it's Atlantic City. Could be Vegas, but I think it's Atlantic City, to play in this big tournament and teach him along the way how to become even better, and just like not just play the game, but how to just operate in the world of pool. So he's just teaching him, and one of the first things that he tells him, or that I caught, he's like, you can't win, you gotta lose sometimes. So, because if you just keep winning, no one's gonna want to play you. You're not gonna make any money. And then I knew it was Mary Elizabeth Mastriantonio, and then I was like, where do I know her from? And it's Gina from Scarface. This is only like 3 years later. She looks completely different. She's like, I don't know if she was a teenager in Scarface. I guess she was, but now she looks very pretty. She's got straight hair instead of the afro that she had in Scarface, and she's just totally different. And I didn't think her and Cruise had much chemistry. I think her and Newman had better chemistry than her and Cruise. And Cruise is so young, and he's just one of my favorite. He's definitely in my top 10 favorite actors now or forever, maybe even top 5. I know no one likes him because he's a freak, but I just love his movies. Ever since Minority Report is the one that really turned me around him, and then seeing Jack Reacher. So, and he's great in this. Can't remember her character's name, but Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio. She tells Paul Newman a story about him and how they met. Just basically conveying that Cruise's character Vincent, he's just a nice guy, and he's like a big puppy dog. He just doesn't get it. He just likes to play pool. Because there's a part in the beginning where he's beating everybody, and he's like, let's just play just to play. He's like, just for play. And he's like, I don't care, about the money. And just no one wants to play him at that time. So they go on the road, and Newman's teaching them the ropes, and that's pretty much it. And I was watching it. I was like, Paul Newman, he does have that it factor, that just thing about him. And he's older in here. And I always think about like Robert De Niro, the way he looks in Midnight Run. I wish I could freeze De Niro like that. He's like perfect. It's a perfect De Niro. Pacino. Oh, sheesh. He doesn't even look like himself in Scarface. But a Pacino, if I would freeze Pacino. Oh, man. I can't think of where I would freeze. I guess definitely, I don't know, I can't remember what he looks like as normal Pacino in Scarface time. So maybe then, who else? I don't know. But, well, I would freeze Newman here. He looks good as like an older guy. And then I was wondering, what if De Niro was in this role? Because Newman's character, Fast Eddie, he's like just a normal nice guy, and he gets upset. He gets kind of hurt easily. He gets mad, but he doesn't explode like De Niro, Pacino would do. He's just more calm. He does get mad, but I never felt like he's dangerous, or he'd fly off the handle and do something really mean or violent. Because I was wondering, like, is there gonna be like one moment of violence in here? Like, it seems like Scorsese almost in every movie has one like violent scene. Even in After Hours, there's like a shooting, killing in that, but no, there's none of that. Vincent has to like kick a dude. So he's teaching Vincent and his girlfriend the ropes, how to operate, how to hustle. They're doing like kind of scamming people, and there's a part where Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio and Newman's character are pretending to be together, and then they walk in, and they're walking while Vincent is playing, and Newman's touching her, and they're acting, and Vincent gets really mad, and I could see that like Mary Elizabeth and Newman, they're just doing it. They just want to make money. They're all about business, the game, making money. And Vincent just doesn't see it that way. He gets really mad that Eddie was touching her, and they explained to him, he's like, just acting, and you never get the idea that they're gonna like cheat on him, because he even confronts her about that. He's like, don't flirt with me, don't, because she's like naked in front of him at one point, and he's like, don't do that, this is business. So that was pretty cool. But then, oh my God, what's his name? Forrest Whitaker is in here, so young, and he hustles Newman. He hustles Fast Eddie Felsen, but he says he wasn't, and I didn't know. Like, Forrest Whitaker, he plays like a big dumb kid too, and he tells Newman, he's like, I'm not a hustler. Like, he's like, you can have your money back if you want. And Newman he doesn't get mad at Forrest Whitaker. He gets mad at himself, and he tells Vincent and his girlfriend, just take off. You learn all you need to know from me. You know, you can make it on your own. And then, but then Fast Eddie Felsen, he starts. And I had to watch this movie in a couple of parts because it's just people in pool halls talking, pool play. So, but now I'm talking about it, I guess I did like it because I was like, this is kind of boring. So they get to the tournament, and then you know, I was like, okay, they're gonna have to play each other, and they do, and the ending wasn't that good. I thought it just ends. There's no like dramatic or action filled or anything. It just ends with Paul Newman's character saying, "I'm back," which I guess is good because he goes on his own and starts playing games. He's kicking everybody's ass, making money. But the only reason I watched this movie is because I heard Tom Cruise plays pool against Iggy Pop, and I was like, "What? Tom Cruise plays pool against Iggy Pop in a Martin Scorsese movie?" I was like, I gotta see that. It's really like maybe 20 seconds because it's like a montage, and I was like, man. And I knew it. I knew Iggy was gonna have short hair, and he does. I was like, we're not gonna get long-haired and shirtless, crazy Iggy. We're gonna get, because he's been in a couple of movies. And Iggy, he's had an impact on movies, like at least in The Crow. I mean, because he came out in part 2, but in special features I've seen for The Crow, they said they kind of based Crow's look on Iggy. And then even Lord of the Rings, they said they based Gollum's look on, or body type on Iggy's body type. So I was like, man, Iggy's like, he's in the zeitgeist of the world. And he just has a look about him, and he's great. You don't hear him talk or anything. And then when I saw him, I was like, all these other people, they don't have a look. Some of them, they just look like regular people. So I want to see Tom Cruise play pool against Henry Rollins back then, when he was kind of cool. Or maybe even David Bowie, or I don't know who. I can't think of any other like musicians. But that was the only reason I watched it. And it was cool to see. But it made me think about Paul Newman. He does have a magnetic personality. He's really good. I've never even seen Cool Hand Luke. I've only seen the scenes with Strode and Martin. Oh, and I love, you love Strode and Martin, right? You got to. Like, he's so perfect human being. One of the best voices ever. Yeah, just look up Strode and Martin. So, okay, Color of Money. Give it a, I don't know. There was some times where, I don't know, it was just made me think of Miami Vice for some reason. And sometimes I would forget it's a Scorsese movie. But he does have his camera tricks, and then like experimenting and going crazy with some of the pool shots, which was okay. It didn't really, nothing. It's just a pretty dry movie, actually. Good story. Right now, I would never watch it again, though. So I'd give it just a solid 3, which I feel bad saying because it's Scorsese. Because, everything he does is like gold. Like Shutter Island. And I wish you would just make like a horror movie or action movie. Anyway. Yeah, I give it a solid 3. Maybe maybe I should watch it again. I have a movie I'm gonna watch. And see, what can we go with? Some Commandy. Wow. Satan in the Sand.